One of the powerful images from 9/11 is first responders and volunteers digging through the rubble of the towers with their hands, using buckets to cart away the destroyed remains of the World Trade Center. One of those people was from Virginia Beach and dashed in when the danger was still fresh. 10 on your side's Andy Fox has his story.
I was in Virginia Beach visiting my parents.
9/11 unfolding before our eyes, a call to arms, a call to service for David Ash.
The 9/11 attacks happened on a Tuesday. Wednesday, I felt the way everyone felt. I couldn't sit still. I wanted to do something.
Do something. So Thursday, Ash put anger into action.
I had left a note on the kitchen counter for my parents that went to New York, I'll be back when I can.
Ash, a Marine, who had been on terminal leave and just 4 days from ending active service, had a new, unexpected calling. He drops everything but a bucket and heads to Ground Zero to volunteer.
I presented my Marine Corps ID, which was still valid, and for whatever reason, one of the coordinators said, come on in.
Ash and fellow volunteers with 5-gallon buckets formed the Bucket Brigades.
We were called the Bucket Brigades, which sounded very apt. Lines of people would snake up into the debris pile, and then hand by hand, bucket by bucket, we were removing debris, just clearing the pile. You can see uprights. There's still some very recognizable structure pieces of the World Trade Center, and then of course everything else is just the pulverized rubble.
Ash took these pictures with a disposable camera.
Everybody felt like we were in search and rescue. We thought this is search and rescue, and every time we turn that shovel, every time we pass debris, we're going to find someone.
On the pile, optimism tempered by reality. Ash's Bucket Brigade hit with this stark discovery.
We could see there was a person in a coat and tie, still with the suit jacket on, laying on his back. He was a male. And there was nothing grotesque, but very flat. You could see this was a body that had been flattened by all the forces.
Haunting. Pictures from the front line, vivid reminders of evil monsters.
The scar here on this building where there's a piece of the trade tower, a very large defined chunk was hanging off, and looked like a monster had pulled a claw through that building. Glass was falling from high up, and boy, when it hit, it was like a gunshot.
So impacted by 9/11, Ash would continue serving his country for 2 years. In 2002, he was in Kuwait with a coalition task force, and in 2003, a tour in Iraq, 2nd Battalion, 5th Marines. 9/11 also changed the service and how Americans serve.
It forever blurred the line between active and reserve forces. We used to have a big distinction about, hey, are you someone who just does this, you know, from time to time? Now nobody knows, no one cares who's reserve, who's active, all one force, one team.
All one force, one team, America. I'm Andy Fox, 10 on your side.